Hi, my name is Alex and I'm a volunteer medical responder at Dalhousie with St. John Ambulance.
My name is Jason Bond. I'm the superintendent of the Halifax Division of the Volunteer Medical Responders.
My name is Marianne Hagan. I'm the superintendent with the VMRs for the Dartmouth Division.
I've been a volunteer medical responder for slightly over a year now.
I've been a volunteer medical first responder with St. John Ambulance for about 7 years now.
I've been a VMR for over 22 years.
I've always had a fascination with first aid, and then when I did my course, my standard first aid course through my employer, I saw the signs on the wall, volunteer, volunteer, and I thought, what a great way to use something I like and maybe put into practice.
I was a volunteer firefighter in Cape Breton, and I figured this was a good way to try and keep some skills up.
It was actually my roommate for his first applying for it, which is how I heard about it, and I thought that sounded really cool. I've done some first aiding previously as a camp counselor, and I just really enjoyed knowing what to do in the event of emergency. It just kind of gave me more confidence, especially like in kind of my outdoor trips.
So I continue to volunteer with St. John Ambulance because it is great personal experience. It keeps me engaged in the health community, and I get to contribute back into the community.
I really like the opportunity to meet and interact with new people because being someone who's not from Halifax, I get to meet a variety of people.
The training's been amazing, and it's really one of those organizations where continued training and opportunities are opening up, and there's lots of development experiences that are available, which is great.
The other really exciting thing that we're looking forward to advancing ourselves is what we're doing with mental health and mental health first aid. So the first thing that we kind of tried to start doing with this semester was bring mental health first aid certifications to campus, certify students and staff, just to start increasing the education in that capacity.
I volunteer at many different events. I volunteer at big events like Moosehead Games, as well as smaller community events. And it's really interesting meeting many different people from around the community.
We've also done things like we were key when 9/11 happened, and we set up 12 different centers within the city. We also had the Rolling Stones concert with 65,000 people. So I like to volunteer everything from the very large to the very small.
I don't think there is any typical shifts at events. Some events are relatively quiet and they're small. So you know, a big deal at some of those events may be a couple of Band-Aids, but to the person you're giving a Band-Aid to, it's a big deal.
I think different events give you different experiences with the type of incidences you see and cases you see. If you do events late at night, you see people who've been dealing with alcohol intoxication, and it's always interesting dealing with that.
The situation that stuck out in my mind the most would be 9/11. Nova Scotia was one of the few provinces that really had a lot of people that were stranded and stayed here. It was 5 days, 10 centers, a lot of volunteer hours, a lot of people. I learned a lot from that event.
Another event here was a gentleman who was part of the Quebec Major Junior League officials, was experiencing a cardiac issue, and we were able to assist him with that until EHS arrived.
I would recommend for event organizers to actually use St. John Ambulance. It's amazing how many people who attend the event actually will come up to us at some point during the event and say, "Thank you for being here."
I think it's really cool having the students helping students aspect, where it's all a completely student-run society. So I think it's really cool that it's kind of from the people for the people.
I would absolutely recommend this volunteer position to others. Really working very closely with people, getting to know your community a bit more. It's just a wonderful experience.
I would absolutely recommend volunteering with St. John Ambulance to anyone who is interested.
We had a fellow on the team, and he was saying that after having done this, once he finishes his undergrad, he would absolutely consider maybe becoming a paramedic, which is again absolutely fantastic, kind of giving people the opportunity to experience that in some capacity.
Yeah, it's just been an amazing experience, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone who's interested, whether you come from a medical background or not, and any level of training coming into it.